Hello and welcome to Top Gear India. Today we have with us the all-new Citroën C3 Aircross. Now this is essentially the C3 but extended, and it's not that simple, there's a lot more to it. So let me tell you everything that's new about the C3 Aircross. To begin with, as you can tell, unlike the regular C3, the dimensions have changed considerably. It is now a lot more proportionate, so to say. It's grown in terms of height, in terms of width, not by a long shot, but enough to have a lot more road presence. And this has been done largely to give it a lot more road presence and a bit of room inside in terms of width, and most of that width has gone in the wheel well to add a bit more muscular appeal to it. So the front fascia in typical Citroën fashion is quite familiar, like most Citroëns you see. Over here, it's a 17-inch wheel that you get over here, and I, for one, think this is quite cool design, okay? Now come along the side over here. Now again, up till here, it's quite a familiar affair. This is pretty much like the C3 was, except for much longer now. So the car's length's gone up about by 130 mm, and this is now in total, from a sub 4 meter car, it's gone to a 4.3 meter car. So spot on with the same length as the Creta, and this puts it in the same segment. But unlike the Creta, this one offers 2 more seats in the back. How usable are those seats? Well, we're about to go find out. But for now, let me tell you about the outside. So the outside looks, again, could be subjective, but I for one think it looks quite upmarket. Unlike most cars in the segment, this looks a bit more flamboyant and flashy. Even though this is probably not the flashiest of colors, I do think this color is quite nice. They haven't told us the name of the color yet, but I like to call it denim blue because it reminds me of the denim blue that you get on the Volvo. But yeah, get a simple nice tail lamp design over here, little accenting in the indicators. Again, very cool. You get the Aircross badging over here in the back. You get Citroën's monotone logo. Now let me show you what the boot looks like. So you get about 511 liters of boot capacity. Now this is the 5-seater model over here. So again, if you had the 5+2, you can have removable seats. We got the 5+2 over there. Yeah, as you can tell, I fit in, just about fit in. Headroom seems fine, legroom is non-existent, and again, under thigh support, it's more like under butt support. You got no thigh support over here. And yeah, that's just what it is. You can't, this is not really one of those cars where you can comfortably carry 7 people. This is more of an occasional backseat. The beauty of it is that Citroën says you can remove these seats and leave it back home. So I think that gives you a lot of modularity, and that's a great option. So you get a reasonably sized boot in here. Now come on to the side of the C3, and the looks don't seem to go there. Now I'm going to step into the back seat and show you what kind of room we get in the back over here. As you can tell, more than enough legroom, like more than enough than you'd ever need. Headroom also is great. You don't have a panoramic sunroof yet. Now the thing is that this white interior is not confirmed yet. So far this is the pre-production model over here, so nothing on this color. The colors on offer haven't been confirmed yet. The colors you see here will be offered, but additional colors haven't been confirmed yet. This interior color option, white, again, as airy as it looks, it will be a nightmare to maintain. But it hasn't been confirmed yet, so maybe for all you know, Citroën could offer a different color option. For example, the South American market gets a grey color interior. So, I mean, if we're lucky, we could get something like that, maybe a brown or maybe a black, whatever works best. But I think the white over here looks really good. I just don't think it'll look very good once you start living with it for a bit more. Let's step into the front seat and tell you what that's like. So now in the front seat of the all-new Citroën C3. Yeah, sorry, we were asked to close the doors a bit more gently, and I'll try not to bang the doors anymore. But yeah, the steering over here, again, nice. You get rake adjustment, no reach adjustment. Familiar C3 steering, feels nice to hold. Now over here you have this whole console over here is very familiar if you've been inside a C3. You've got similar layers over here. Yeah, decent amount of storage space over here. You've got a nice armrest. For now you only get a manual option, but there could be an automatic option available in the future. Now the rear seats, now the buttons for the rear seats are actually located down here, over here, which is a bit disappointing. They could have just had them on the door. And you've got your buttons over here. Now, the biggest complaint that we've had with the C3 or the EC3 was the driver's display. It was very tiny. It was this tiny cube, and it's this matchbox sized speedometer that just didn't do justice to the looks of the rest of the car, the aesthetics of it. But now you get a TFT. So going through the menu over here, you can see how much average you get over here. Press the menu button, you can go through vehicle settings, user settings, maintenance, and very simple settings over here. And not a very customizable thing, just like before, I mean, but again, you get what you need. You get tire pressure, you get a nice rev counter over here. I think this is to tell you what your fuel efficiency figures are like. And again, very well animated, simple, does the job. far better than what you got on the C3 or the EC3. Good job on Citroën. You get Android Auto, you get Apple CarPlay in here, you get a good enough music system, you get this nice little trim bit. I don't know what this is exactly, but it's pretty soft touch and it feels quite nice. So depending on how Citroën prices this car, it could really set fire to its competition because it's whatever you need, the basics, they're all here, and it seems to prioritize more on functionality than it does downright features. And I think that's always been the Citroën essence. But Citroën has reassured us that they've spent a lot of time in listening to the customers, listening to complaints from the C3 and trying to improve upon it with this car. So yeah, expect improvement. And now this car is going to be powered by a 1.2 litre petrol engine, and that again, like the C3, makes about 110 bhp of power. Now we haven't exactly had a chance to drive the car yet, and we will eventually, I think somewhere down by June or July. But for now, this is just the Citroën C3 Aircross in a nutshell. Alright, so if you like what you saw, stick around to the Top Gear India YouTube channel. This is Gavin Rodriguez signing off.